Hola, how is everybody doing? It took us a little while because we had a three-way tie on which show was going to be played, and it took some time, but we finally narrowed it down to a sudden death, and Night of Champions 2009 won the poll. So Night of Champions 2009 it is. Give me 1 second. All right, we're going to get the show started in about 5 or 6 minutes. Uh, Give us some time to get together here. Get see how you guys are doing, how you're feeling today. I've been learning a little bit about Charles Manson, which, believe it or not, was I didn't know a lot about Charles Manson, if we're being honest. But I'm very interested in that story now. So fascinated. All right, so I haven't looked at the card of Night Champions 2009. I'm looking at the placard. It says Randy Orton faces John Cena and Triple H in a WWE Championship Triple Threat match. Oh boy. Oh brother. So this ought to be interesting. So, Night of Champions 2009. We got our Q&A next week. I actually set up the question queue already. Feel free to dump questions in there. We're going to be doing this same time next week, except for we might be a little bit more on time. I don't know if you can hear my fan going, but I do have a fan going. So that ought to be something. Oh no, I misspelled count. Yeah, that's all right. I'll fix it in post. We'll fix it in post. Even though I am deeply concerned by that by now. I really am. But about 5 minutes after we're gonna launch the pay-per-view event that the people voted to watch Night of Champions 2009 again. I always go into these watch-alongs completely blind without knowing what people voted for, and without looking at the cards. Because I don't want to be reminded of the show. I want to watch the show and enjoy the show as if I'm seeing it for the first time. And so I like going into the shows blind. I mean, I don't mind knowing how long the match goes, but I don't really want to know who wins. Um, I just want to be able to watch the show and chill, like the promo segments and everything. I want to watch the show like I'm watching it for the first time, even though I'm pretty sure I've seen this show before. I've seen all the shows that were offered tonight. Sometimes there are shows where I didn't see it, and that's a problem because I probably should watch the show first. But in this instance, I've seen all these shows, and I think everybody picked this show for the Jeff Hardy CM Punk match, which is I guess the main event, isn't it? I think Punk and Jeff Hardy is the main event because Punk is here with the world title, and this is 2009, which was he's in the middle of his feud with Jeff Hardy. So I'm guessing I do remember the main eventing one of these shows, but I'm not sure if this is their ladder match or the singles match. I think the singles match main evented, the ladder match didn't. Epic feud between the two. We will be starting the the watch along in about a minute or so. So in a few more seconds, get you some popcorn, get you some drink. I actually brought water this time, which is a rarity for me. Usually I don't bring water for the watch alongs. Typically I don't eat snacks during the watch alongs either. So because I have to actually do the talking, and if I start eating, it's going to be a completely different ballgame. I hate when people eat on podcasts and stuff like that. Anyway, WG Phil says, "Do you agree with Angle wanting WWE to buy the TNA library for the network?" Uh, there was a time where I would have absolutely agreed with that. I still kind of do, but I don't want everything centralized in WWE either. Um, but maybe they could rent the library from TNA. How about that? And they could put up like they rented the library from like WXW and Progress and all that. Maybe that's the right thing to do. Maybe they should give TNA some money and then they'll boot up a TNA thing on the network. That would be nice, wouldn't it? All right, let's get ready to get started. We got it's 5 minutes after, so we're gonna give it a couple more seconds, maybe 5 minutes 30 seconds, so another 20 seconds, and then we're gonna get started here. So I'm about to load this thing up. Make sure it's not too loud. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. All right. I appreciate everybody for stopping by, even if you're listening on delay. My favorite is the video package. Oh no, Tommy Dreamer. Oh Lord. Andre was champion for 5 minutes. Probably not even that long. Oh, all the titles are going to be defended? Oh my. That sounds like a heresy today. My name is Randy Orton, WWE champion. Those who possess their prize have the most at stake. You talking about for John Cena? WGP? Yeah, I love Peace on that party. Oh, they already had the ladder match. I thought the ladder match was after this. Oh my goodness. So Dolph Ziggler and Rey Mysterio? Okay. This might be good. Oh boy, Triple H matches. Oh, Randy Orton's the champion though. Something telling me this is a pointless triple threat match. You know what your chances are of beating me at night champions? That's when he cut the promo on him about drugs. I can't wait to watch that match now. I don't need Big Show on here now. Now wait a minute. Wait a second. Wait a second. I don't need Big Show. Wait 1 second. This is the magic I used to tell people about WWE. Look at the video. The video package tells you all the stories, gives you a nice little synopsis of what's going on, and gives you a teaser of what to look for in the future. They don't do this stuff anymore, man. It's now boring people carrying Starbucks and rolling luggage to the ring. Who the hell wants to see that? Outside of these people who are absolutely obsessed with ESPN, which I'm not. I hate ESPN. You said SummerSlam had the TLC match a month later. I just saw Jeff Hardy with a ladder and the belt. What was that? Michael Cole on the call?
The following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the Unified Tag Team Championship.
That's Ted DiBiase and Cody Rhodes. The Legacy. All right. Sky TV and ESPN are boring. So boring. I don't know. I can't speak for Sky TV. I'm not from England, but ESPN is shit. It's terrible. It's been terrible for a long time. Yes, ESPN was good when I was younger, like the late '90s, early 2000s, and then they got real bad. Like all sports became shit, to be quite honest. But ESPN is really bad. I used to only watch 2 shows on ESPN, Around the Horn and Pardon the Interruption. But that was after SportsCenter went to trash. Like I used to like watching SportsCenter even if I didn't watch the game. But now I don't care about none of it. I hate sports. You said Extreme Rules 2009. Jeff won it against Edge and Punk cash. Okay, so that was the start of the season. All right, that's nuts. ESPN from '99 to 2009 was peak. I have to agree. I used to love watching Chris Berman on the NFL highlights. Man, it was so much fun. The hit of the week, it was fun. Then all of a sudden it just became shit. Oh no, it's Jerry's show. I don't want to see this. Oh wait, that's Jericho. Where's the other guy? It's not Big Show, is it? Please don't be Big Show. Please don't be Big Show, even though I'm pretty sure it is Big Show. Please don't be Big Show. Please. Pretty please. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see Big Show at all. He said, what's your favorite wrestling match of 2025 so far? Ooh, that's a good question. I honestly don't know. It might be a cop out to say this, but it might be Angle and Vikingo. Angle. I'm sorry. I mean Gable and Vikingo. It might be. I have to look into it. I have to think about looking. Oh man, Edge is out. Oh wait, Edge and Jericho were the tag team champions? Oh yes, because when Edge came back, they were feuding for no good reason, even though Jericho had nothing to do with the same. WG Phil says it might be Cena versus Orton. He was there live. Okay. Deontay says Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky. Third episode of Monday Night Raw. That's a good one. That's a good one, actually. He said this half year didn't have any excellent match. At least there is a couple of fun matches. Yeah. I mean, I don't think I've seen a match this year that was kind of like, this is, maybe the triple threat match at WrestleMania was pretty good. The three girls. Yeah, it was pretty good. Why he doesn't like Jericho? They tag team champions. Tiffany Stratton versus Bailey. Was a sleeper. Oh, okay. I see why Jericho and Edge had an issue. Has anybody ever done this before or since? Whoever turned heel on their tag team partner for getting injured for no good reason? No good reason. He just turned on him. And he wasn't stripped of the belts either. And he cutting his promo in the middle. Wait a second. Weren't Legacy heels too? What's happening here? I could have sworn Legacy were the heels. And these two goobers just standing there all oiled up, rolling their eyes. Jesus Christ. It is the Big Show, isn't it? Fuck! Ah! Damn it. Vince! You son of a bitch. Damn it. God damn it. Big Show. Deontay says, I was about to say Tommaso Ciampa to Johnny Gargano back in 2017, but Tommaso was the one who was injured. I don't think anybody has ever just turned on their opponent for no reason. I mean, turned on their tag team partner just because he got hurt. You're useless. That would be a good. That's a good heel tactic though. He sprained his ankle or something like that. He just started yelling at him like, "You're useless. You're garbage." Raquel Rodriguez, she do that to Liv Morgan. She should start talking about how Liv is fragile and she's always hurt, sucks, and all this kind of stuff. That would be great. She might actually get over. Look at this fat fart. I'm trying not to curse. But yeah, I can tell this match not gonna be long. Look, because Ted DiBiase and Cody aren't up to snuff yet. Even though no, it hadn't. What's name hadn't gone solo yet. Cody. If he wasn't such a scammer, I would actually not mind Ted DiBiase coming back for a Cody Rhodes story. Look at Big Show experimenting with his gear and goatee. I hate everything Big Show. Look at this shit. Did you see the most recent picture of this guy? How his leg looks like a greater than, less than sign. What's up with his legs? Why his legs like that? Lincoln said something was bad with his hip. I hope he feels better. I don't want anything to do with him wrestling. I hate he was on this WWE show so long. Pre-tattoo Cody. Pre-bleaching his hair wrote Cody. And he is absolutely right. They did want Ted DiBiase to get over. They wanted Ted DiBiase to get over real bad. Remember they gave him that title match against Randy Orton on TV just to see what was going to happen, and it ended up being very bad. It wasn't like it was a bad match. It's just nobody gave a shit. I might be one of the only people who remembered that. Jericho is actually back in shape again, too. Cody, when he looked half Cuban, that's because he was tanning back then. You don't tan anymore. You don't even use fake tan now. You need to go back to fake tan. It just started raining over here in Detroit. Jesus. I knew I was hearing something. I said, you're not the only one. Ted DiBiase just didn't have what his old man had. That's unfortunate. He looked great. He's just kind of generic. Oh shit! See, look this fat fool. He can't even do that right. This fat idiot. He just botched that move. Ted was in the chamber, and he eliminated Orton. After that, his career went downhill. He couldn't get over. They put him with Maurice. He couldn't get over. They had him feud with Cody. He couldn't get over. They actually kind of punished Cody for actually getting over and not, Ted. Cody was supposed to be the Jannetty of this team. That was Vince's original idea. He thought that Ted was the guy. He missed it. Am I going to the Smackdown in Grand Rapids? Man, I'm not going to Grand Rapids just to see Smackdown. If John Cena don't bring his dumb ass to Detroit City, I won't see him. I saw him at WrestleMania 23. So I've seen John Cena. I do want to see him on the final tour though. I haven't even looked to see if they're coming to Detroit anytime soon either, because the tickets are so ridiculous. I haven't even thought about it. As a matter of fact, they did. They just came to Detroit, if I remember correctly. I didn't go because the ticket prices were so high. But was that AEW? It might have been both. Now he's getting over in prison. Oh no, he might be getting under in prison. Let's not discuss that further. He might be getting put over in prison. He's a scammer. How you scam Medicare and Medicaid and all these people, man? Come on, brother. Come on, man. Scumbag behavior. Teddy with his scumbag behavior. His old man not going to prison though. So, what's his name? Bret Favre not going to prison either. It doesn't look like. It's been going on for a while. Teddy and some of the other people, the only ones going to prison. I'm not sure what Legacy's supposed to be doing here. They're certainly not really working as baby faces. And I can see Cody talking to Jericho. Welcome King says also the tickets for the house show in Mexico are expensive, going from 8,000 to 2,100 pesos, for 400 to $1,100. Oh my God! Yikes! He said no wonder AEW sold out American Wrestling dirt cheap. And what's the name owns the building, so it's not that big a deal. CMLL. WWE's just they're gonna kill everything. I wonder if they're gonna dynamic price the AAA shows. That's gonna fuck everything. Okay, so wait, they're cheating. So Legacy are cheating and Jericho are cheating. So what's happening? So wait a second. They're trying to do a hot tag segment. Why are they trying to do hot tags if they're the baby? If Jericho just cut a heel promo on Edge, and now he's doing hot tags with Big Show, and Legacy are cheating. What are they doing? Who are the heels in this match, and who are the baby faces? I guess it would be the interesting question anyway. Because even if Edge was there, Edge was a heel at this time. Oh shit! Nice moonsault. Deontay Belladonna says Cody and Cena was not bad. It was just the ending that was goofy. Yeah, but the ending is all people remember. So that's a classic rule of wrestling. No matter what you do in the match, if you botch the finish, you fucked it up. When they put Travis Scott in there, Jesus Christ, he ain't been seen since. Triple H talking about, oh yeah, he's going to go train. He's going to wrestle. Yeah, right. I hope not. I'm so confused. Oh, it's just match would end. Not because I dislike 3 of the 4 people in the match because I dislike Big Show that much, but also there's no baby faces and there's no heels, so we need to go ahead and end this. Yeah. Oh yeah, the finish is all that matters, especially the finish of WrestleMania for God's sake. Ooh, that kick to the face was kind of tough. Jericho felt that one. I saw him. Ooh, he wasn't selling. He grabbed that. He grabbed his face immediately from that kick. Now he's not even trying to tag out. What's happening? I don't understand. He could have tagged out by this point in time, and not now he's not tagging. What is happening? Okay, so now he's going for the $1 million dream. Okay, Jericho count. Now he's trying to roll him up into the lion tamer. You could have just got in there and broke it up. Welcome King says the only good thing about that ending is that it put a big stop to celebrities wrestling. I don't know if that did it. I don't think that did it. I think the fact that it was so negatively accepted that people were kind of like, you know what, maybe we ought to rethink this. Deontay says, but for the rest of the people saying that the match was bad because they didn't see a whole bunch of moving sequences, they need to put their phone down and touch grass. Yeah, I mean, John Cena's not about to go out there and do a dance routine. You got to be serious. Why is the Big Show doing spears? My Lord, in this, please. This is so elaborate. Cody and Ted DiBiase and Jericho, they're working very hard. Big Show's a fat fool. A big, fat, double blue fool. And I don't understand, again, the psychology of this match. Ooh, okay. Oh, that was nice. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. What is that? The Colossal Clutch. What is that? My word. Jesus Christ. What is the Colossal Clutch? I've never seen that before. It's a sensible finish for Big Show. I mean, it's a goddamn stranglehold. I don't think it's legal, but okay. I mean, my goodness. How can Big Show be so fat and still make his spirit look weak? And you already know why. You already know why. He's Big Show. What can Big Show do right except digest food? I think he digests bananas better than most, but I don't know what else he can do. The Big Show spear is more like a rugby tackle. It looks like a fat fool falling on you. But look at this Colossal Clutch. Jesus Christ. That cannot be legal. That's under the throat and everything. It can't be legal. Yeah, I mean, it's like getting stretched by wild horses. I'd submit to. I give up. It's a prop tackle. They work very hard. You work very hard, young guys, but not tonight. Big Show's way too fat, and Jericho's Jericho. So. Does Buddy still work for TNA?
And Punk, if you don't mind, you talk to me about your World Heavyweight Championship match later tonight.
It's skinny Punk. Very skinny
Punk. It's a man that stated that you have forgotten what it's like to be human.
What?
You know what, Josh? I'm not going to answer your question. Instead, I'm going to ask a question of my own.
Looks like he's been dyeing his hair too. Philip.
So, audience, do you mean to tell me that after everything I've said,
his hair don't look real?
Telling you the truth, that you're still behind Jeff Hardy?
This is the beginning of the straight edge movement. I like this. This is very good. This is when I became a CM Punk fan. I wasn't a fan. I wasn't much of a fan before this, even though I had seen him in Ring of Honor. Punk had a really good indie match with Chris Hero. He had some really good indie matches with Samoa Joe too, but I wasn't a huge ROH guy personally. I had seen him there, but I wasn't a big fan of him. I thought he was kind of overrated. But then again, that's generally how I take indie wrestling.
Despite evidence to the contrary, still choose to support a man.
Look, hey, the person who's in the main event is actually doing something earlier in the night.
Okay, so if you're a Jeff Hardy fan, if you're wearing a Jeff Hardy t-shirt, if you're wearing one of his diabolical little hand sleeves, God forbid, if you have your face painted, I want to see you stand up right now. I want to hear you make some noise.
They wearing the hand sleeves, baby.
Let the world know.
Look at the kids with the hand sleeves. Oh, that's a grown woman with the hand sleeves, baby.
Get a real good shot at all these people.
You'd probably be surprised he was still there.
The truth is, ladies and gentlemen,
look how beautiful this was set up.
I don't blame you.
To show off the merch and everything. Very smart.
Here for supporting Jeff Hardy.
Very smart.
The people I blame are their parents.
Yes, sir. Blame the parents.
Or let's be realistic.
But some of these people are parents.
I said parents. What I should have said is parent. Because it's obviously a single parent situation. Just like the way Jeff Hardy grew up.
Hey, his mom died. Come on.
See, you
Boo
are
indeed.
so
His mom died.
concerned about the relationship with your children failing, just like your marriage did, that you acquiesce to their every whim and their every desire. I hate to tell you, this doesn't make you a good parent, Philadelphia. This makes you an enabler.
Going out there getting over, baby. In Philly, that's good. This is good. I don't even think he got this in him anymore.
And the fact that you even let your children
Whoever silk pressed his hair needs to stop it.
up to a guy like Jeff Hardy just shows that you really don't care what happens to them to begin with.
This is him trying to look clean.
It's a sad situation. So I don't blame anybody here or sitting at home watching this that supports Jeff Hardy if they're under 17, because they're young and they're impressionable.
Look at the kids yelling at him.
It's the parents who don't make the conscious effort to sit their children down and teach them the proper way to live.
I agree. Teach kids not to lionize drug addicts.
You know, they're smoking a pack of cigarettes. After that, they're drinking a bottle of beer. Right after that, they move on to shots of Jack Daniels, which is a gateway drug for marijuana. And the fact that you people sit here and cheer that just goes to show I'm telling the truth. How about some old-fashioned street drugs?
Get some heroin in you.
They're rummaging through mom's purse because they're addicted to her prescription medication.
This is very good. We need some drug addicts so he can make fun of them. Who's a drug addict on the roster that Punk can make fun of today? I don't think there is one. We need some drug addicts so Punk can make fun of them.
Show them that sometimes it's what you don't do that makes you who you are. For weeks, I've been saying to people like you, just say no. But tonight, I think we should all just say yes. Yes to the future of a straight-edge, drug-free America. Just say yes to the winner of tonight's match. Just say yes to the world heavyweight champion. Thank you.
I don't think Philip has that in him anymore. I think that fire is gone. I don't think he's got that anymore. Do you think that the belt collector gimmick from wrestlers is a little corny? It's fine. It's fine. I mean, AEW has done it 3 times, but it's fine. They did it with Kenny Omega, and they did it with FTR, and now they've done it with Mercedes. It's fine. It's all about how it ends. 90% of those belts don't mean 99% of those belts don't mean shit anyway. Oh no, ECW. That means Tommy Dreamer is about to wrestle. Fuck. God damn, Big Show and Tommy Dreamer back to back. Jesus Christ. He coming out smiling and everything. Yeah. That's the shiny ECW title too. That's not good. That's not good. No. Tommy is from New York. He's not from Philly. But like, it doesn't matter if ECW territory. You think Mercedes is a drunk? I wouldn't be surprised. Most of them are now. She looks like she's drunk. Oh, you about to Russell Christian? Man, you know, Vince thought very much of Christian when he brought him back just to put him on ECW. So I guess Christian about to win the title in this match, right? I can't imagine Tommy Dreamer about to beat Christian. I just can't believe it. Ike Don said this was around the time I started watching wrestling when I was 6. Man, he made me feel old. I was a grown man when this fucking show happened. Jesus Christ, bro. You was 6 in 2000? That's 25. Damn, you stop responding to me, man. I feel like you're a kid. You're a child. No. You was born in like 2003 or whatever. You're only like 22 or something like that. You're in the prime of your life. Don't waste these years. Ain't both of these guys baby faces? So the previous match had 2 heels, and this one's got 2 faces. What is Vince doing? Because both of them came out all grainy and shit. Tommy Dreamer is coloring his hair. I can tell. I'm looking right at him. He's fat, for starters. Secondly, he's coloring his hair. I can tell. He's coloring that goatee, too. He's wrestling in a T-shirt. He was Kevin Owens before Kevin Owens. WC Phil says, to be fair, the dirt sheets leaked he was going to attack Jeff at the Rumble. Oh, who, Christian? Ooh. He said Christian should have stayed in TNA back in 2009. Yeah, he should have stayed in TNA, I think. I think he would have been better if he'd have stayed in TNA. But shit, I think he kind of proved his point when he left and main evented pay-per-views, but he wasn't. He got overshadowed by Kurt Angle, so maybe it made sense for him to go back. And then he was only in this bullshit position for like a year or two, and then he was wrestling Randy Orton, and then he had to run with Alberto, which didn't last long. So, 10, 11, and 12 was, I guess, strong, if I remember correctly. Almost erupted there. Now here we are with, I guess, volcanic remnants of this rivalry. Ooh, back chops. Should have did it anyway. If the dirt sheets leak something, you should do it anyway. Because the casuals don't know. Damn, that's a hell of a punch you got there, Christian. I like that. I was a big Christian fan, man. I still am. Christian is an insanely talented guy who Vince would have got his head out of his ass. He could have saw the money he could have made with Christian. I mean, Christian could have made a lot of money wrestling Edge, Randy, Cena, Rob Van Dam when Rob Van Dam was champion for that short time. Could have got some bangers out of Kurt Angle. Might have even been a solid opponent for a guy like Triple H. WG Phil says, to be fair, he left right around the time because Hogan joined a year later and started to ask for pay cuts around 2014. Yeah, but if Christian would have came back in 2014, he'd have been in a better position. They was pushing guys like Punk at that time. They was pushing guys like Danielson at that time. So he would have been able to fit in with those guys at that point if he'd have stayed. If he'd have stayed until at least 2011 or 2012, once the indie guys started getting over, Christian probably would have been an opponent they would have asked to wrestle. But from what it sounds like he was going to be brought back to wrestle Jeff Hardy, and then plans changed. I don't know, like, man, fuck that. I don't know, man. I don't know about this, man. It's a power slam. Nobody wants to see Tommy Dreamer wrestle in a match that don't involve trash can lids. Tommy he's not a terrible wrestler. He's just not good. You know, like he's in that Paul Roma territory where he doesn't suck. Like he's not, god awful, but he ain't great either. I don't get anything out of a Tommy Dreamer match. I promise. But that was a Paul Heyman magic that made Tommy Dreamer super over in ECW. He never got over anywhere else. But he had a long career. Really long career. Longer than it should have been, to be quite honest. And now he done parlayed that into a career in creatives, which I don't. But then again, he kind of fits because he was helping to run ECW, so it kind of fits. But then again, at the same time, ECW went out of business because Tommy Dreamer was running it. So who knows? So would you feel says, are you sure Christian would have made it 2014? Both him and Air started getting injured before he retired around 2010. I think if he'd have stayed in TNA, he'd have been fine. He probably wouldn't have survived the pay cuts and all that, but I think that if he'd have been working a reduced schedule, he might have been fine. His waterproof blonde thing was my favorite. Nice. Christian, a great overachiever when you think about it. Yeah, especially considering Vince didn't like him. He had a hell of a run. They probably could have did more with him, especially with the Intercontinental Championship and all that stuff. But he was certainly underutilized. But for a guy that Vince actually didn't like, he was a multiple-time world champion. He got to wrestle some of the bigger names. He never was the main focus, but he had a pretty decent run. Both him and Dolph, For guys Vince didn't see a lot in, he still gave them something, Where they were credible and competitive mid-carders. I know people are especially mad that Vince decided to go with Del Rio over Christian. I thought it was a smart idea at the time. I didn't know Del Rio was going to end up being what he ended up being. I was like, okay, the guy just gets heat. So I was like, okay, that's cool. And Christian was coming across like, like the Wyatt Six today, where it's like a nostalgia act. He was a guy everybody liked, and nobody really wanted to dislike him, so you couldn't really turn him heel and keep him a heel for an extended amount of time. Because when he turned heel for the one more match storyline, he ended up turning babyface right after. But that Randy Orton and Christian angle was probably the last time I got one-shotted by a booking decision. I was on a 2-week rampage off that shit. I wish I'd have had a YouTube channel. I probably would have like 200,000 subscribers. That's off the nut job I had when Christian lost that title to Randy Orton. Oh my God. Ooh-wee. I was on I think All Hip Hop at the time. I was on Network acting up. I was extremely mad. Ike the Don says it goes back to the B+ player combo. You could still be one of the greatest even if you're not a main event. Yeah, like you don't need to be John Cena to be, really have a really good career. Christian had a hell of a career in the WWE. He just never went as far as he probably could have gone. It's like he's not going as far as he could in AEW too. It's not like he's artificially being held down. You can say the same thing for Samoa Joe in AEW. Like, why is Samoa Joe not wrestling Kenny Omega or Okada or anybody like that? Why is he stuck doing what the fuck he's doing? Why isn't Samoa Joe, in the middle of? I know he just wrestled Moxley like a couple weeks ago, but as a serious contender for the championship and all that stuff. Like, what's going on here? It's not like you have anything better for these people going on. Why isn't him and Ricochet tearing things up? Like, Samoa Joe is underrated in AEW. Oh, there's the kill switch. This match is over, brother. Yeah, he's cooked. Bacon. Okay, so we get some heels and baby faces going on here. That was a good match, though. Christian ate most of it, but it was fine. And the crowd doesn't seem to care because they didn't really care about Tony. What do you prefer in wrestling? Are you more of a choreography guy, or do you want matches to look like a script? I absolutely prefer the latter. I'm a big fan of territory wrestling, and I like some Japanese stuff because I like the struggle of Japanese wrestling. But I don't like that all the Japanese guys essentially do the same damn thing. Bad omen. When you put the belt up and it's upside down, bad omen. It's almost like bad luck. WG feels that I know Christian might have been pissed Edge went to AEW, considering he joined AEW not to do the nostalgia act apparently. But I wish that Christian was the Jay Uso match. I think he left because I don't think that WWE was actually interested in using Christian. He wanted to keep wrestling. I think Vince wanted to be like, you're just going to be an attraction. If we need you to do tag team shit, you can do that, but I'm not really. Too many guys with bad concussions. Again, when he came back, Danielson was still on the roster, for God's sake. They had so many guys with bruised brains on that roster. Guys with bad necks and concussions and shit. You got too many of them people. Man. Get some of these guys gotta go. Yeah. Got to carry this dead brand around. Christian was the last one. I think they gave it to was it Ezekiel Jackson after this? No, it was Jack Swagger, right? Swagger, then Ezekiel Jackson. Yeah, bad. Very bad. Christian was the last one of note. He said, so you're like me because I want the wrestling to look athletic, to look like a competition. Yeah, I don't mind a little choreography if it's not. I think peak choreography is probably, Jerry Lynn and RVD is probably too much. But if you watch like some early Japanese stuff, it's some choreography in there, and it's okay. This is about business. For me, the best business decision is to choose. WG Field says still pissed at Tony tampered with WWE and New Japan's partnership that made Daniel leave. I'm glad he left, actually, we're being honest. The reason why I'm glad he left is because he got to wrestle Kenny Omega, and because I think Danielson at his heart is what AEW needs. I want AEW to succeed. I just want it to stop sucking. All right? So that's the only problem I got with AEW is that it sucks. I'm glad Danielson left. If he can help AEW, great. If he can't, I don't know. Fuck. But I don't think WWE has done anything with this guy. Or could have. I don't know how he and Triple H would have coexisted. I think they might have coexisted fine, though. Big Show just got held up. He went for the dap and Jericho grabbed the mic instead. You fat goof. Y'all not friends? Trump is going to war with Iran? Did he strike Iran? Tell me Trump didn't do that stupid shit and jump in this war, man. You said, or the RVD Jeff Hardy matches where it was a little choreographed, but hey, I missed the 6-pack challenge. I like that match. A little choreography, yeah. Like I don't mind a little choreography, because guys, that's just kind of how wrestling is now. But that excessive amount of that Will Ospreay stuff, I don't want to part of that. It's too much. Ricochet, too much. Swerve, most of the time, too much. You can do some of it, but too much. It's amazing how Jim Ross went to bat for Jack Swagger and got him the career he got. His theme song a banger though. What would you feel think Samoa Joe's counting the days until he can go back to WWE? Well, now that he's wrestling again, maybe. I mean, I'm pretty sure CM Punk's gonna put in a good word for him. Despite the fact that Triple H already loves the guy. But then again, I don't want really Samoa Joe to come back. Look what they're doing with Rusev and Aleister Black. Come on, man. I can't imagine Samoa Joe could do more doing all this shit. You said you think AEW would have been probably the best fit for Brian if AEW actually happened years before 2019? Yeah, if AEW existed in, let's say, 2006, Danielson probably never would have stepped foot in WWE. Which means he probably wouldn't be considered. He'd be considered a legend among the indie guys, but because he was already considered a legend among them, but he wouldn't have been the crossover star. Wait, he's wrestling his brother in this match? What is going on? Primo is okay, whatever. Oh, it's babyface MVP. Oh no, this is a mistake. This when they tried to use his prison record as a positive. Like I'm going to be like a youth pastor or some shit. Like, oh man, that's not, that's not what the character is, man. Yeah, I don't like when it look like a Mortal Kombat cutscene. I'm not a fan. Who was the U.S. champion? Oh no, it's Jamaican me crazy. Boo, boo, boo. Pure babyface coach. If I'd have told you back in 2009 that this fool not only would have been WWE champion, but he'd still be in WWE in 2025, you'd have called me a liar and you say I was retarded. If I'd have told you that The Miz would have won the WWE title, you probably thought I was on drugs and put me in the madhouse. If I'd have told you that they just got rid of Carlito in 2025, you thought I was crazy. He said, honestly, I did not have him wrestle anymore, or let alone AEW, because the dude's really bad. You talking about Samoa Joe? I think there's probably 4 matches you can get out of Samoa Joe in WWE, and that'll be it. I think you got to give him the Cody Rhodes match. He's not going to be back in time to wrestle Cena, so you can forget that. But the Gunther match, that's 2. Probably a more memorable match with Randy. I think he wrestled Randy before, but I got just one more with Randy. And there's got to be one more. I was thinking of one more, but I think I slipped my mind. But yeah, you got to do the Cena one. You got to do. Well, if you can do Cena, he's not going to be back by the time Cena gets out of it. But you got to do Cody, and you got to do Gunther for Samoa Joe. Maybe Rusev. Yeah, I haven't heard that theme song for Kofi in so goddamn long. But it's easily recognizable as Kofi Kingston's theme song now, even though I haven't heard that song forever. This ain't the 6-pack challenge I remembered though. 6-pack challenge used to be you have to tag, but whatever. Primo's a small man, and he looks very generic in there too. But he's not a bad wrestler. He's just generic. They could have did something with him outside making him a matador or some shit. It might have been fun. Oh, okay. He gave him a 2-week deadline. Yeah, I remember that part. They're probably not even going to wait 2 weeks if we're being honest. The government likes to lie. Oh, you're talking about Danielson? Yeah, I don't think Danielson should wrestle. I don't think he should have wrestled after his WWE run. He should have just did the matches with Omega and then did the matches with Okada, and that was it. Called it a day. All the shit that he was doing, wrestling in Mexico, and I didn't see the purpose in all that stuff. Israel pissed away all the sympathy Jews got 80 years ago in 2 years. They got people questioning if Hitler was. People are actually cheering Iran. These people are retarded. But Jacob Fatu versus Samoa Joe is, that's a good one. That's what I was thinking of too, as a matter of fact. That's exactly what I was thinking of with Jacob Fatu. Yeah, I don't care about Iraq and Israel going to war, but you can't cheer for Iran, man. These guys have been deaf to America since 1970. You got to be fucking kidding. I understand not wanting to go to war, man, but don't be stupid. Let's not. I don't care how much you dislike the Jews. Wanting fucking psychotic Muslims to blow up half the world, you got to be fucking kidding. The whole problem is that if they actually get a chance to try to destroy Israel, they're not going to stop there. That's the problem. It's not like they're going to win the war and all of a sudden everybody's going to be happy. Ooh, shit. I don't think Iran's going to win the war anyway. Islamic State said, remember watching this pay-per-view with decent, or in Triple H match was horrendous. I can tell I could tell it was horrendous already. The start is a triple threat match. Second, Triple H is in. So I'm pretty sure it's not going to be great. Oh, the hell of a drop kick there by Kofi. High energy babyface Kofi. Boop, boop. Kofi had a hell of a run too, man. He's getting wasted right now. He had a hell of a heel run. I understand the idea of New Day tag team. But I think Kofi would have been a good contender for the U.S. title or the Intercontinental title or something too. You need to mix it up. But then again, they don't do nothing with anybody at this point. Maybe rematch Karrion Kross in a feud with Braun Breaker for the NXT 2.0. I think a Braun Breaker match would be pretty good for a guy like Samoa Joe. Yeah, I'm not sure him and Kross. I don't think that matches were that great in NXT. If we're being honest. Maybe Finn Balor. He kicked out quick. And maybe get a match with Aleister Black in there. And there's a couple of guys I want to see Samoa Joe wrestle. I don't think about it. But I just want to look at mainly 4 that I think that he needs to get out of his system. And maybe one final one with Punk. And not have their last match be in AEW. Maybe their last match should be at WrestleMania, maybe against each other. Wouldn't that be nice if they had a double retirement match and they both said, my last match is going to be at WrestleMania, and then the other one's like, well, I guess my last match is going to be at WrestleMania. So it might as well be against you. Then they could both walk off into the sunset. I don't have to see either one of them until CM Punk takes over NXT, which is inevitable. I honestly don't like Will Ospreay. So the idea of him being overrated is like, that's an understatement. I honestly just genuinely do not like Will Ospreay. I don't think he does. I really don't think he's a wrestler. He's basically a third member of the Young Bucks, as far as I'm concerned. And I hate the Young Bucks. He said this was around the time a lot of old wrestlers left and retired, and it just became the John Cena show, which it never really recovered from. But part of what's the problem here is that Vince forced out a lot of the guys from 2006, 2007. So a lot of the guys who were coming up with Cena, Lashley, Umaga, Carlito, Mr. Kennedy, like all these guys just started getting scattered into the wind. Some of them got released. Most of them got released. Lashley quit. There's a bunch of people who left, but all of these were the guys that Vince was pushing. Kenny Dykstra, like there was a bunch of guys from that 2005 to 2008 era that was getting big pushes in WWE, and then a year or two later they were gone. And 2009 to 2000, maybe 12, when the Shield came in, it was nothing but John Cena and Randy Orton. And that's probably why I don't remember much of this. But it did open up a lane for CM Punk, who just happened to be right there. So you can't name a really good Will Ospreay match besides the matches against Zack Sabre Jr. I hate Zack Sabre Jr. too. He's boring. Very good man. Said to be fair, Umaga died. He fired him before he died. He didn't die on the roster. They fired him before he died. They fired him and then he died. He said those star ratings get into his head. He's trying to pretend like it's not, but he's definitely thinking a lot about those star ratings. A lot of the mid to late 2000s wrestlers got wasted pretty much. Muhammad Hassan, yeah, they killed him off. Like a lot of those guys they got. And Kofi got the glass ceiling. There's so many of those guys. Dolph Ziggler got the glass ceiling. There's a lot of those guys, man, that probably should have been moving up the card, but it didn't quite work out. So it ended up being Triple H and Randy and Cena and those guys forever. Just instant rotation of one of them. I was not a big fan, if we're being honest. They cleaned out the mid card, which was really stupid. And they kind of doing something similar. Just like the state says, never got the appeal of Kenny Dykstra. I'm pretty sure he dated Mickey James, but she cheated on him. I heard a lot about that. And I'm pretty sure that had something to do with him spazzing out and getting fired. He got betrayed by his brother. That was Carlito's character, though. So he was a backstabber. Which is, they actually went into that when he came back to do the LWO thing. They said he was being a backstabber, but they never continued with it. He just went into Judgment Day and stayed. Stupid. Daniel Puder was there for a cup of coffee. They beat his ass in the Royal Rumble and he wasn't seen since. That's crazy. He got chopped up and then they sent him home. Hey, oh my God, it's Kofi's original chest. I'm just not noticing without Kofi having a car crash chest. Who shaved his head?
Well, Josh, what happened to Ted and Cody was unfair. Who could have predicted that the Big Show would have teamed up with Chris Jericho tonight? Well, this one you can predict. This was singles competition. I would beat Triple H or John Cena, but you can't predict the outcome of a triple threat match. Let's face it, I could lose my title tonight without being the one who is defeated. But I'm
What is
counting on
Randy
the
looking at?
egos of my two opponents to cancel each other out, which means I win.
You ain't talking like a mental patient.
Maybe one day you people will stop disrespecting me. Maybe one day people will give me a standing ovation like you do Triple H, or cheer me like you do John Cena.
Hey, that day is today, Randy. That day is today. You get standing ovations all the time, but it took 20 years, but you got there. And they serenade you. They sing your song and everything. They're total marks for you now. Oh, this douchebag is in AEW too. Oh, not Divas. It's the women's title. Man, she's skinny. Jesus, she's skinny. Just Limit says can't believe in TNA squandered Monty Brown to push Jeff Jarrett. Well, when you think about who owned the company, then you figure that part out. Yeah, the problem with Muhammad Hassan is that the gimmick had a pretty limited shelf life. Plus, he spends most of his time nowadays crying about how racist it was. I think if the character had been, if they had modified it, it would have had a longer lifespan. They probably actually exposed that he wasn't Arab as a way to get away from the character, like you did with Kofi. He's not a real Arab anyway. He's been lying this entire time. Ooh, what is that shit?
That's pretty uncharacteristic of Michelle McCool to just back away. We've been seeing this the past couple of weeks.
Man, she's skinny.
Well, Michelle McCool was very cautious and rightfully so, knowing that her adversary
JR is calling a Michelle McCool match on this goddamn show. Hey, Melina. What is it? Well, she ain't doing nothing. Why don't you bring her back for Evolution? She could take Liv Morgan's spot. I'm pretty sure all the Diva fans would be so happy to see Melina. She can go out there and embarrass Johnny Nitro again. But she had that Mexican weight gain. Hispanic women go from very hot 10s to holy hell 6s. One baby. She haven't even had one baby. She already went to a 6. Oh yeah, she just spoiled Melina's entrance. That's not good. Just the match they got in trouble for being too good. Well, it started out good already. That's a great. Whoa, what's this now? Wait a second. That she fucked that up. That arm drag. Okay. That's some stiff elbows too. That's interesting. I never seen anybody do that stuff before. You know the saddest thing about Michelle McCool is that she married Undertaker, so now all of a sudden she wasn't any good. She sucked, and it's like I remember Michelle being decent, very good actually. She wasn't around very long, but I remember her being quite good. But now, if you mention that Michelle McCool was any good, it's like, oh, Miss Undertaker was it? How about that? But then again, nobody has said anything about Will Ospreay's wife getting a job in AEW. Most people couldn't name fucking 2 matches that broad was in. Oh shit. Michelle did the Styles Clash first. I don't think so. I think he was doing the Styles Clash before she started wrestling. I saw her. No, I know. I was definitely watching TNA around this time. I probably saw the Styles Clash in like the early 2000s before Michelle McCool was wrestling. That's nasty. This used to be a hallmark of Melina's matches. She was so flexible that stuff like that didn't really hurt her, but it looks nasty. That's the one positive about women's matches. Their bodies are so different than the men. Like, look at how her foot is almost touching her head. But that, I'm pretty sure that does not hurt Melina at all. She was good women's champion for 2009 standards. Piggy James was a good story and a good payoff. Michelle McCool would have been good at any point in time. Like, she'd have been much better if she'd have got a chance to work longer matches and had that limiter off of her. Like, if she'd got the chance to like really do some stuff with like Beth Phoenix, or if she had stayed around to Russell Page and all of them, she'd probably be remembered a lot better. But she was in the Divas era, and that's the good thing about the Diva stands. They kind of overrate some people, but they do remind you that some folks did put in work and they tried very hard, even if they were limited. In this time, in like 2009, 2008, in WWE. Oh, okay. I see why they got in trouble. They just did that barricade spot, which was crazy. I can see people backstage like, what the hell are they doing? Why are you doing that? You said it does suck because Michelle doesn't really have a political presence. Maybe outside of the Christianity, but she got closer than her gear for sake. It's just an Undertaker thing. It's the nepotism. They're like, oh, she's the Undertaker's wife. She wouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. She wasn't Undertaker's wife. Maybe she wouldn't have been in the Hall of Fame so soon. But I looked at her kind of like Medusa, except for Medusa had a longer career because Medusa wrestled in the 80s and she wrestled in Japan, and of course she wrestled in the 90s in the WWF. But she had a much longer career, but Michelle McCool always reminded me a lot of Medusa. They are having a decent match here. That DDT on the barricade was pretty nuts. Felt kind of excessive too. Melina makes a lot of noise in the ring too, which is good. Oh, they're calling them divas, but it's not a divas championship yet. Melina is very aggressive. I like this. Oh, they got the 2 different belts now. That must be it. They must got 2 different belts. Yeah, because I see the divas belt back there. Okay, they got the 2 divas. That's up. That hit her in the rib cage. They are working very hard. Ooh, nice belly to belly suplex there. This feels almost like a modern women's match. It's not like something you will watch on TV today. Oh, whoopee cushion. You don't see that anymore. 2. Good finish, too. I like it. Hey, this was good. Suspension of disbelief is important. It's essential. A lot of people trade that for work rate. You're correct. Hey, this was a really good match, and it wasn't long. So you could have good matches without having to spend a lot of time on it. And you could tell that Michelle is turning heel. She probably wasn't a heel when this thing started, but she started becoming a heel. Character right there. She jumped the match from the beginning. It's a cheap shot, of course. Great spot. And the crowd didn't get enough into it, but it was a good match. They're not even sweating either. They could have probably won another 3 or 4 minutes. How long was that match? It wasn't long at all. It was good. Wait a minute. That means who the Divas champion? Is it Beth Phoenix? It feels like it might be Beth Phoenix. That's John Cena right there. He's just hanging out. John Deere, John Cena. Oh no, they're putting the guys on right right after the girls. I hate Triple H. Jesus. They're about to tear the house down. They're probably about to warn that. Oh, this is a tournament, huh? That's how we got into this triple threat scenario. Now, let me guess, Randy Orton stupidly attacked both of them during the match. Figured if nobody wins, then nobody gets the shot. I get the night off. Like, no, it's not. Never how it works. Ooh, she got some big ass titties. I'm sorry. Jeez. I just saw titties and my mind went to titties. This was on Raw? Oh yeah, what did I say? Legacy. How did I know they did this dumb shit? This is an Vince classic. This is so stupid. I don't have no idea. What is rope work? Is it like springboard shit? Ted DiBiase? Why would you do that? Why are you the babyface? This feels like somebody politicked to put this match on at this spot. This is smack dab middle of the goddamn show. Not even fully the middle, but pretty much the middle. Yeah, you can't really do too much off the ropes. You really shouldn't do anything off the ropes, really. Springboards are cool and all, but I don't go. It's like part of being a high flyer. You being able to use the ropes. Wait a minute, they did have this triple threat match before. What would make them do this again? They had that match at WrestleMania, if I remember correctly, right? This feels like Triple H is in their business. That's what it feels like. Damn, that kick to the head looked so bad. The champion is the odd man out, standing to the side like, hey, I'm here. Now I'm about to bitch off this for a long, long time. I can tell already I'm not going to be a fan of this. Hey. He looks sick and frail today compared to how he used to look. This was 2009. It was a long time ago. But Cena looks sick today. Yeah, 2007 to 2009 or maybe 2010 with Triple H, Cena, Orton, galore. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, who did possess you to do this match again? Like it was some kind of super banger or something like that. We got to run it back, boss. This just feels like somebody's in somebody's business. Like Triple H didn't want to be forgotten about, so we got to shoehorn him in. Just eat the AA and get out of the way, boy. Just sit this one out, Triple H. Not like it would have sold more tickets with you on the card anyway. Time is up. My time is now. You ain't see me. My time is now. Green Cena. I'm surprised he didn't get shit for wearing green. They was doing that back then. Triple H got fans? Oh, excuse me. I just came to accept that I hate Triple H. I've been honest about my disgust with Triple H when he was the champion in '99, and it made me quit watching wrestling. And I was not a fan when I came back, and he was still the fucking champion. I wasn't a fan, but at least I was watching Smackdown. It was something different. Not watching TNA. Got any games in your phone? He is the game in his phone. But there's 3 matches after this: the Divas title, the IC title, and the World Heavyweight title. I don't think anybody should be doing rope stuff, if we're being honest. Leave that to the fucking luchadors who knows how to do it. Most of these people who climb the top rope, they be balanced. They spend more time balancing themselves than actually doing anything. If you can't make it look smooth, just don't do it. I can't believe they let Jerry Lawler call these matches in a t-shirt. This seems like something Vince would have been like, nah. But again, he's not on our screen, so maybe. Attitude Era holdovers. Yay. No, get the fuck out of here. I don't believe Triple H has that many fans. Come on now. In Philadelphia too? Come on. What are you trying to pull here? I mean, those are plants. Yeah, Randy ain't coming out. Is he hiding back there? Are you hiding, Randy? Oh, there we go. Just remember, in 2009, they were probably saying like AJ Styles is the greatest wrestler in the world, and Christopher Daniels is greater than Shawn Michaels, because that's all I see on Twitter these days. Random wrestler X is better than Shawn Michaels. And Shawn ain't that great. He ain't got nothing on Speedball Mike Bailey. Wait, what? Why are we doing this now? Look how slow he's walking. And he's so oily. My God, you been to a Diddy party? You said, got any games on your phone? Is that mean with people who interject themselves into something like the kid wanting to play with your phone? So, oh, that's interesting. I never heard about that before. He said, now I dislike Triple H as a booker and his fanboy. I mean, I was never a fan of him as a wrestler. I thought the NXT product was okay, but people started saying like the only reason WWE is even big because of NXT is like, okay, you need to chill because NXT was losing money that entire time. They weren't making fucking any money until they started running outside venues. Then they started actually making, well, they started losing less money. Let's put it like that. And then on TV, it washed out. But it was the exact same thing that happened now, right? It was like a year and some change of good television, and then it hit the wall because Triple H don't know how to get his people out of the way and push new guys. It seems like everybody's in a rush to get the fuck out of the WWE right now, man. Like Cena just announcing he's out of here. Edge is out of here. Roman Reigns is ain't no telling. Yeah, I mean it was that. It was certainly different, and that's what I liked about it. But then when I started seeing the matches get really stagey and super long and fucking Johnny Gargano, that broke it for me. Johnny Gargano did it. That's when I felt like it was too much. Why are these people cheering Triple H? Stop cheering Triple H. You're an enabler. I don't see how you can be a fan of Johnny Gargano, man. I can't get into it. Hey, they mentioned Pedro. They almost never mentioned Pedro. You're seeing it being a cartoon character already. Which one of you guys am I going to take down first? Orton looked like a crazy goblin with the baldy and the pointy ears. I don't want to watch Triple H though. So get Randy back in the ring. Why did the referee get out of the ring? Now Randy will get back in the ring. I'm a big Randy Orton guy. I'm not a Triple H guy. Oh shit. They're not gonna let him. Look how much oil he got all over the mat already. He can fry chicken on the mat already. Look at this shit. Oh, now you getting jumped by the baby face. Come on. Oh my God, they're kicking his ass. Look at all these bumps Randy is taking. He don't take no bumps today. John Cena wrestled his entire career in low tops. I can't believe he did that and didn't tear up his ankles. Oh, I forgot. I hate Johnny Gargano, man. He's a spot monkey. I can't stand it. I think Ciampa had a little something going. Man. He might have been further along in his career if that's what it stayed. He might have got over working with the Miz. Who knows what might happen? But he's guaranteed to not get over hanging around with that dork, with Johnny Gargano. I mean that dork shit just comes off of Johnny Gargano's skin, like BO. Everybody and their mama can smell it. This Randy Orton is 0% body fat. Like, 0. I hate this camera work though. It has to go up and down just because you're throwing a punch. Come on. You don't got to do all that. We're only like a year and some change into the PG stuff. It's not as annoying as it's going to get. It's the beginning of the annoyingness. The 2016 to 2017 DIY was great. But I wanted more Ciampa. Isn't that when they were working with the Revival? I think it was. I think they were working with the Revival. Those matches were good. But I was never a big DIY guy. I was more of a Ciampa guy. I don't like how Randy Orton threw his clothesline because he can't really put any emphasis on it without popping his shoulder out. So he basically has to throw his arm at you and then you take a bump. You said their matches with FTR were fantastic. I agree. I actually did like those. Even though they were kind of choreographed. Like the finishes where everybody was holding hands and all that. That's a bit much. It's a bit dramatic. But for the most part, I did enjoy those matches. That was just, FTR getting a little indulgent. But that magic is gone and nobody cares about fucking DIY. I wish they would stop doing it. Yeah, I think he was like a U.S. champion or something under that. I'm surprised Triple H ain't tried this yet. I'm thinking he's going to eventually try these guys as singles wrestlers too. He's probably going to. You got a job for life. I wouldn't be surprised if the Garganos then named their fucking kid after this guy. Change the broke nigga life. I don't know why I said that. You said FTR versus DIY versus the AOP takeover Orlando. I don't remember the last time I seen that. I'm not a big offensive pain guy. I don't think they lived up to their potential. Ooh, great power sign. I love Randy's power sign. Triple H actually selling it too. Good. When does that ever work? When does that ever work? What's up, X9? How you doing, sir? Where the hell did John Cena go? Did he get shot? Nothing happened to John Cena. Okay, there you go. Now, why would you? Now, why would you do that? I never understood why John Cena insists on doing it. Oh yeah, Andrade versus Johnny. That was way too much. It wasn't as bad as Gargano and Adam Cole, but it was too much for sure. Johnny Gargano I can't stand that fucking guy. He's so self-indulgent. The back body drop over the top rope. He said he was trying something new. He kept doing it. Like he still does it. He still does that top rope leg drop. I don't see the point of that move. It sucks. And you gotta wait forever for him to do it. And now fucking Carmelo Hayes doing it, so he don't need to do it anymore. I don't understand. I don't think he's done it in this last run. I think he did it during this last one, the run before this. Ooh, shit, he slid again. Man, he's got a rug burn. Man, Randy's having a rough night. They kicking him all in his ass. He said 2009 seems like 20 years ago. It was a long time ago. It was 16 years ago. But all these people look completely different today, except Randy. Randy looks pretty much like Randy with a little bit more body weight. The Triple H looks incredibly different than he does today. Cena looks a lot different. What y'all fight? What are y'all doing? I've never been a big fan of how John Cena throws punches. He wears back too far. But it's one of those things that when he's over, it doesn't matter. But Johnny versus Adam Cole too. No. The matches are too long. I can't stand them fucking matches. I hate those guys. That match turned me against Adam Cole too. I was actually an Adam Cole fan in Ring of Honor, and then he came to NXT. He was doing a whole lot of jobs in NXT at first, and then when he started winning, and the main event run, those matches started getting longer and longer, and I was like, what the fuck? But the Gargano matches took me out of it. I was done. I was tapped out at that point. How many times people getting kicked in the gut in this match? I feel like everybody got kicked in the stomach like 6 times. You said you didn't like the NXT North American Champion ladder match at Takeover New Orleans. It was okay. That's the one I remember where Cole won the title for the first time. It was all right. Triple H makes it so obvious that people are about to interfere in this match. You say you think NXT is better than whatever the smart whip dream about 2015 and 2019. There were some couple of years there where NXT was actually good. 2018 and 19 probably weren't it though. I can tell you that much. When they started doing the Gargano and Cole stuff, I was out. Triple H ran out of ideas at that point. And also when AEW kicked in, he ran out of talent. So it was the same fucking guys again and again. What is Orton doing now? They letting off firecrackers for Juneteenth? Oh my goodness. If I'd have had today off, I probably would have started the live stream earlier. Oh shit. You just threw this fool into the crowd. Oh shit. So you like the feud between Johnny and Tommaso? I didn't like it that it was during the pandemic. I didn't like that. The one final beat match was pretty silly though. But I did like the feud. I'm not gonna lie, I did like the feud. You said it sounded like World War II. Seeing the booyah with everybody in that joint, huh? You can be in there booyah by himself in a second. These low kicks, man, they low kicking the shit out of each other. That's like the 9th low kick Randy Orton has thrown in this match. Ooh wee. No, X9 crazy. You crazy as hell. Bring me Adam Cole any day of the week. Keep those bums far away from anybody. Sean Spears isn't fit to put a ring together, let alone wrestle in one. What is he about to do to this man? Oh, about to superplex him? I don't think I've ever seen John Cena use a superplex. Well, that would require John Cena to do a suplex, which he almost never does. Oh shit. Here come that near fall. There we go, brother. Now this is the good stuff. See how he's trying to get out of this move? He's trying not to be in it. That's the good stuff about classic wrestling. Even though it's nowhere near classic, it's 15 years ago. But the fact that Triple H actually struggled to not be put in the move and had a sense of urgency in doing so. Of course, his ego too big for him to tap out at this point, though. He already tapped out for him at WrestleMania, so he ain't gonna do it now. Eva Marie was so good at being a heel, she didn't have to do anything. Like that's when I was in love with Eva Marie. She didn't have to do shit, and she would get heel heat. When they were doing the gigantic elaborate entrance for Eva Marie, that was one of the most fun times in WWE. Free open shot for Randy to kick somebody in the head. Who is it going to be? Oh, neither one. Ooh, that was a hell of a near fall. I can't believe the crowd is actually into this. It's actually not bad. For a match Triple H is in, it's not bad. Randy's doing a lot of work in this match. Though. He's taking a hell of a lot of bumps. He's trying really hard. I forgot today was Juneteenth too. I took my ass to work. I felt like I was the only person there. Well, at least there was some stuff to do. It wasn't a lot of stuff to do, but there was something. I don't get Juneteenth off anyway. I get Martin Luther King Day off though. I don't even need Juneteenth off. I'm fine. If today was like a barbecue day or something like that, I'd probably been upset. Plus, I'm already behind. Oh, he's walking on them. He's stomping the shit out of these boys. Yeah, Randy he's doing a whole lot with his physical charisma at this point. That's why I say he's doing the bulk of the work here. He's a star. Triple H is just there. And clearly, this feels like it was in the middle of a Cena Orton feud. I did like the Ciampa matches with Gunther. I did like those. Well, Walter. I did like those matches. I think they had one at a takeover that was pretty good. I think we found Triple H's alt YouTube account. Loves them some Johnny Gargano. Yeah, it's Triple H, all right. Next, he's gonna be trying to convince me Candice LeRae is good. That's gonna seal the deal. Candice LeRae wrestled the Young Bucks. She's so good at wrestling. Oh, you know what? Figured it out. Oh no. He pulled the rope down on him. That was actually pretty clever. I wish Triple H was outside the ring when he did that, though. Oh my God, this is terrible. That is not a good sharpshooter. The sharpshooter is not a difficult move to do. How do they people keep fucking it up? This might be the first and only time Triple H has ever done the sharpshooter. Stephanie Vaquer was on the Bella Twins podcast. Oh my lord! Talk about her opening up the doors for her. You paved the way for me. What is this now? That crossface is pretty good. Cena actually did lock that joint in. Of course he tapped out. He getting murdered by two people. Oh shit. I was hanging out in Mexico and nobody was paying attention. So thank you for Give Divas a chance. Randy been getting his ass kicked all night, and these guys just not. I guess they just got out the shower. He says, "All right, I will raise question about Juneteenth. Mongo, do you even care about the holiday? And also, do you think the history and lore is a little bit iffy?" Oh, that RKO was nice with the extra body weight too. That's good. That was good. Good finish. I can't believe Cena took the pin. Why Triple H didn't take the fucking pin? To answer your question, no, I don't really care about Juneteenth. Not really. Um, in terms of the lore and everything, I do believe that there are parts of the country where the news got there slower because there's backwater parts of every state, and and there was no, maybe I think it may have been announced over the radio or something like that, but other than that, most people wouldn't have known what the hell was going on in other parts of the country. But I'm not sure if radios was something everybody had back then. I'm pretty sure everybody got the newspaper, but I can see why the lore might be suspicious. But no, generally speaking, I really don't care too much about Juneteenth. Do you think people hated Eva even more because of Total Diva and seeing how fake she came off on the show? I think they probably felt bad for her because she was drunk, right? He said 2009 was a weird year for Cena. He went from being world heavyweight champion at the start, then feuded with Edge just to do it, then Big Show again, then Miz just because, just to feud with Randy Orton forever. Randy did all the work in that match and then walked away looking like he hadn't done anything. I hate this too. I don't like the idea that somebody's politics make them better or worse than other people. You could be a good at your job without being, hey, I watch I watch you for your political opinions. And these two psychopaths got him in submission hold. Of course he's gonna tap out. The crazy thing is Legacy came out there. They could have came out there much earlier if they wanted to. And the referee just stood there like, hey, what's gonna happen? I do like that finish. Not just the RKO, but the added weight of having Cody come down on top of him too was pretty sweet. Triple H did nothing in this match. He sucked, as usual. Oh, it's Maurice. Hey, look at that. Ah. Wow. Damn, that shit went 180 degrees the wrong direction. What a segment that was. That segment was amazing. They went from flirting to him being really mad at her for no reason. Well, there was a reason he was really mad at her. I'm just saying, like, for no reason it went that deep. They didn't never let the Miz get off like that on her today. Oh shit, Chili? She was a banger when I was young too. Maurice theme was a banger. Maurice is ooh boy, girl bad. Championship. To think people thought DiBiase was going to do something after Legacy. Yeah, that was Vince. Vince is people. Vince is people in this situation. So it's Maurice versus Mickey James. This ought to be interesting. Why is she wearing a hat? Hey, we all love Mickey. She's so hot. Mickey James, one of the hottest women ever to exist in WWE. She's so hot. You mean Mickey James wearing that hat means she was probably dating Cena at the time? Oh, I hope not. Yeah, Victoria's a good one too. Mickey's peak in looks had to be 2008 to 2010. Yeah, she's hot as fuck. Maris. Maris. Who the hell cares what her name is? Yeah, the pretentious wrestling fans on Twitter are the worst, bro. You spend all day saying somebody is great because of some stupid political thing. It's all lies, and that's a black referee. I know they had black referees back then. Maurice typifies the Divas division. I can't remember a single Maurice match, and she's the champion, for God's sake. She had a good character, though. Only thing Maurice I remember is her stuff with the Miz. It's amazing they were probably starting to date around this time or had started dating, and now they're using them on screen together, which is fun because they actually show they had some chemistry on screen. Oh yeah, Teddy Long was a referee. You're right. He was a referee in WCW and WWE for a short time. He also was a manager in both too. Maurice looks like she's wearing a wig, which she probably is. She's a woman. Ooh, Mickey's moving so fast she slipped. Almost broke her goddamn leg. Mickey could probably wrestle today and still. Well, matter of fact, no. I heard the last time she wrestled, it wasn't very good. That was like earlier this year. But she was older than she looked, always, especially in her recent years. I didn't even realize how old Mickey James was recently. He says crazy that Miz only got injured one time. Just shows that Miz is a smart worker and is best for business. Doesn't do the stupid indie crap. Yeah, he got a concussion in the main event of WrestleMania, and that was the biggest injury the Miz have ever had. Like he never like broke his shoulder or ankle or nothing. Somebody need to have a conversation about how the Miz never gets hurt. Like just never gets hurt ever. How could that be? And it's probably because he doesn't catch anybody. He's gonna jump off the top rope onto the Miz. He's not going to catch you. So he's not gonna like tear his hamstring or anything like that either. I think Jericho might be the only other person I could think of that had a really long career, and probably the number of injuries is minimal. I can't think of Jericho having a real serious injury. $20 one major injury in 20 years. That's crazy. People are wondering how the Miz can stick around for so long. He's good at talking, and he doesn't get hurt. He ain't been in any stupid matches either. Like he doesn't really do a lot of ladder matches and stuff like that. I don't think the Miz ever worked a Hell in a Cell match either. But then again, why would he ever work a Hell in a Cell match? Maurice got the most basic offense of all time. But I guess it makes sense. She was a Diva Search contestant that ended up in this situation here. The Divas title was crazy. The fact that it even exists is great, though. It was just another name for their secondary women's title. They had two women's titles at the same time. What is that stuff? Uh-oh. Well, now the referee wants to take it. The crowd does not care about this match at all. Yeah, Jericho taking breaks probably does help. But he had no he wrestled for years and years. From Mexico to Japan to WCW, he's never had any major injuries. You never heard like Jericho can't do it, he's hurt. He lost weight too since he's been off in AEW. He went and lost weight again. I think he went on that Ozempic diet. He needs to retire. Jericho needs to hang it up. He probably owes Tony Khan some money. Next year, All In, Jericho retires. What do you think? If I am Tony Khan, I announce it this year at All In that Jericho is retiring next year at All In. And then you have a bunch of guys who want to be his final opponent. Everybody knows he's probably going to do a WWE run before he retires, though. Because he said he doesn't want a retirement tour, which is a lie. You know, he probably just upset that he didn't think of it first. Yeah, this is not good. Maurice is not good. She's not a ring general. She's a good persona though. But Mickey is very fiery, and Mickey's actually agile and slick. But Maurice is not good. This feels like a wrestler versus a manager. That's what it feels like. If it's a wrestler versus a manager, it wouldn't have been this long. Yeah, Maurice is dog water in the ring at this point. I'm hoping they did something with the Miz before this so the Miz can help her win. Says won't sell merchandise like Cena during his retirement tour. Who is the few wrestlers who would pull off a retirement tour merch wise? Probably Punk. Maybe AJ Styles. I think Jericho probably could too. With merchandise and everything, yeah, probably yeah, Jericho. Jericho's been wrestling since like 1992, man. I think people care. Yeah, they gave them too much time. If this match was like ended like 3 or 4 minutes ago, I probably wouldn't be so upset about it. This match is too long. I like Mickey's jumping DDT. Oh, they foreshadowed it. Mickey had to work for that one because Maurice wasn't up for it, but whatever. Mickey is great. Mickey's, oh my goodness, physically she's just something else. I'm trying not to put Mickey over too much in terms of how she looks, but she's a good wrestler too, and she tried very hard here. But Maurice wasn't up for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm joined now by Coach Rhodes and Ted DiBiase. Ted, Cody,
Look at how they building these guys. They had a match earlier, then they were involved with Randy, and now they're talking again. You could tell that the company wanted to see something out of these guys.
for the fact that Randy Orton is still WWE champion. Randy Orton won. But more specifically, Triple H, Johnson, they lost. In that respect, Ted and myself have a great sense of accomplishment. And that's what this is all about.
The main event is CM Punk versus Jeff Hardy, but I think Rey Mysterio is next. I don't know who his opponent is though. I think he's the Intercontinental Champion, so it might be Johnny Nitro. I think they had a pretty good run at this time.
Well, I guess congratulations to all the champions tonight of the championship match or the title on my side. The Intercontinental
Poor Ty Grisham. What happened to this guy? What did they do to him? Oh, it was Rey Mysterio versus Dolph Ziggler. Okay, good. This ought to be great. Not tonight, brother. Dolph Ziggler, Nikki. Not today. He says obvious Jericho was the Vince guy. I think if Vince was there, Jericho probably would be coming back, but maybe not with Triple H. Rey Mysterio is one of my favorite wrestlers. I'm not even scared to admit it. He's great. I love me Rey Mysterio. And to see him at the co-main event is amazing. To see Dolph Ziggler in the co-main event, though, don't understand it. Because this is around the time where Dolph Ziggler was first coming in. Vince really pushed Dolph strong, too, eventually, at first. The best feud of '08, Michaels versus Jericho or Undertaker versus... Oh, Michaels and Jericho. Easily. Michael and Jericho was amazing. Yeah, this is Mr. Perfect Dolph Ziggler at this point. Mr. Perfect Jr. Dolph Ziggler. They were trying to turn him into Kurt Hennig. I didn't understand that point. What was he doing that for? That's setting the guy up for failure right there, brother. Why did he accept that name, Dolph Ziggler? He was dead when that name was dropped. Why is he hanging out with Maria? I did like this theme song. This theme song, tough. His current theme song, tough too. Brody King is the worst name for it. Not worse than Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler is a shitty name. This seemed like a name that was set up for failure. Nothing but failure. He went far as hell with the name Dolph Ziggler. That's crazy. Really? Is that so? Oh yeah, Cassius Ono. I forgot about that. I don't know where that name even came from. Where did he get the name Cassius? That's my pueblo. It's 1-9. Rey Mysterio. I need to get me a Rey Mysterio mask. Rey Mysterio. San Diego. Just call him Chris Hero or Cassius Hero or Chris Ono. That's all bad. It's all very bad. The name Cassius, I hate that though. Booyaka, booyaka. Booyaka, booyaka. Hero, oh no. Oh no, Hero. $17,000 for this show? No, I hate PWG. It's the most indie of indie garbage. Watch out, here comes its hero. Oh no. Oh no, here comes Cassius. Oh no. That just sounds like a setup. This shit sounds stupid. What was that referee? I've never seen that guy before in my life. Who was that guy? This should go a serviceable 10 minutes, and then that should be about it. Yeah, about 10 to 15 minutes should be enough for these guys. But then again, Dolph is a new character. He probably shouldn't go 10 minutes with Ray. Did they explain why he was hanging out with Maria? Didn't Ray just strap up his mask and now it's unstrapped already? Damn, what a drop kick. PWG was a cartoon. I hate PWG so much. I think I was about to say, isn't that the one that had the wrestling ice creams? But I think that was Chikara, where they had the wrestling guys with the ice cream cones on their head. I remember seeing that stuff on the internet and just saying to myself, like, this can't be real. And they make fun of WWE for having goofy shit. And then you see fucking Danhausen and what was that other character that Christopher Daniels was doing? Curryman. You say you can get a Ray mask for $49.99, not as detailed as his ring mask. I probably wouldn't even be able to wear it because I have to get it over my hair. I just want to have one for my collection. I'm gonna get a Mil Mascaras mask eventually too. But every time I think about Bandito's mask being sold out, I said, "Fuck! I should have got one when he was at Harpo's. When he was working GCW shows, he was selling his mask, and I should have got one then. I don't think I had any cash though." This is Ray's 20th set of knees here. He would need many, many more masks before he found out the glory of stem cells. El Patron Mask Senior. So Dos Caras? That's what you mean? Because that can't possibly. El Patron doesn't wear a mask, so it had to be his daddy, Dos Caras. I want a Bandito mask. I want a Ray mask. I want to eventually get a Penta mask too. I also want a La Parka mask. As of right now, the coolest mask I got is the Patriot. Water. Did they ever hang out while he's hanging out with Maria? Like, she's just there. She's just present. Nice little controlling headlock we got here. That's a stiff headlock, too. Dolph looks like a star here, though, bro. Reminds me a lot of like a Austin Theory. He's got the look down. Probably a little too much with the hair, though. Remember when they cut his hair for that short time? He looked crazy. 1, 2. Ooh. Oh, you mean the Blue Demon mask? Oh, okay. I think somebody is I think somebody's selling them. The masks I usually order from Mask Maniac almost always sold out. The ones I want, and the ones that I really want, I can't wear because they go over your full head. Like if you got a Ray mask like the one he's got on in this match, where you can the back is like a strap or whatever, I could probably wear that. But the whole the whole joint that you put over your whole head, I probably ain't gonna be able to get that. The crazy thing is, Dolph's only and best character was the guy who walks up and introduces himself to everybody. Yeah, he did just become like Dolph Ziggler, wrestling guy, after a while. They tried the rock star thing, and that kind of worked. When he was basically being baby Shawn Michaels. So he went from being baby Kurt Hennig to baby Shawn Michaels, and then that's kind of currently what he still does. I'm pretty sure that's one of the reasons why they never really did much with him. They couldn't find out. They couldn't find who he was underneath, all of this stuff. But I could have swore Dolph Ziggler is much better than Seth Rollins, and I would have preferred for him to get some of the stuff Seth Rollins got. And I like Seth Rollins, especially initially, because I did enjoy some of his stuff in Ring of Honor. Ooh, jeez. They should have went on ahead and pushed Dolph to the main event in 2013 and let him stick around. They was trying to force him earlier, 2009, 2010. They was trying to force him. They had him in there with Punk all the time. They had him in there with Edge all the time for the world title. And then when he actually got over, he couldn't get a fucking world title match. What an odd position that was. They tried to force Dolph Ziggler on everybody with what's her name? Vicky and all that stuff. And it wasn't working. He wasn't getting over. And then eventually he did get over, and he kept him in the mid card. He did have a great run though, but I felt like he was underutilized. To be quite honest, he's underutilized in TNA too. Now he's just basically babysitting his dumbass brother. I think Keith Lee got benched after his health scares. Yeah, the gray beard got to him. He showed up on a couple of episodes of Dynamite's fully gray. He looked like grim death. And everybody was like, yeah, this nigga's washed. It's over. And we ain't seen him since. I wonder if they ever actually released him. Because didn't he come to AEW around the same time as Aleister Black and Rusev and all them. So if they contracts came up, then I know his has got to be up, right? Why would you re-sign Keith Lee? To do what? He's not wrestling. Unless you're gonna put him in the Hurt Business. Kushida is missing. Kushida been missing for years. Kushida's inability to evolve has really hurt his career. Remember, he left Japan because he got tired of being a junior. He came to WWE for a couple of years, but he didn't ever grow. He never tried to do anything different than what he had been doing in Japan. So then he washed out of WWE. He went back to Japan and ended up back in the same situation he was in when he left. And that's the bad thing about Japan is this is a dead end job. Like somebody like Hiromu Takahashi is still in the same place today that he was in 10 years ago. It's like, fuck. Guys like El Desperado, same thing. Super over. Never going to get an opportunity to be better than he is right now. This leads to people like Goto being the world champion and Zack Sabre Jr. and shit. Those are very famous words that if what I'm hearing is true. Those are some of the most famous words ever tweeted. Ooh, nice move there. Nice little jawbreaker. El Phantasmo is a poor man's Logan Paul. He looks like Logan Paul too. I know Phantasmo been wrestling longer than Logan Paul. I already know. I'm just saying that to be shitty. But I really don't care about El Phantasmo. He's Canadian, so who cares about him? Shingo Takagi is the king of no selling. Well, he ain't a road warrior, but he act like it. He said Keith Lee probably got time at it. Well, shit. Considering he sat out for 3 years, he's gonna be on the contract until 2030. At least bring him in as part of the Hurt Business. Thanks, it couldn't even get a good match out of him. Oh shit. The Dolph should have at least won the IC title in 2009 once. Never made sense to me he lost to Ray clean twice just for Ray to drop it to Morrison. So Dolph could then do the job to him too. Well, he wasn't over, so I'm not surprised. And Morrison was over. I remember that match. It was on SmackDown. You're talking about things I remember now. Ooh. Ooh. Yikes. I look like that hurt. The Shinra Sharingan says, I don't know about putting Keith Lee in the Hurt Business. You got to look young and not old and dusty. Well, if he shaved if he colored his hair and beard, he looked younger than MVP at least. But these guys are preventing from looking old because none of them have hair. You know, like MVP can look old because he's supposed to. He's a manager. But MVP would look, younger than Keith Lee the last time I saw Keith Lee. MVP sounds old too. He got an old voice. Ooh. Hey, that was good. That was a good match. Pretty solid TV finish though. Felt like a TV match. X9 says I like some lucha stuff, but I'm sick of this Japan shit infesting wrestling like soccer fans don't infest people with shit from Spain to the humor. The Japanese influence is some of the worst shit about modern wrestling. To be being honest. It's legitimately some of the worst shit. Gabe Kidd is an off-brand 99 John Cena. I don't know if I'd go that far. I wouldn't give him two. John Cena was not wrestling in 99, was he? He wasn't in WWE, that's for sure. I think he might have been training there. Like the prototype. I think that you're the one. You're the prototype. Let's tell you the song. Oh. That's an insult to the prototype. Yeah, he was wrestling for fuck, what's that guy's name in California? Right on the tip of my tongue. The guy he hates now. He hates this guy. The same guy who found Sting and Ultimate Warrior. Bass. I was about to say Bass Rutten, but it's not Bass Rutten. Look, I forget his name. It'll come to me anyway. Yeah, it was that gym guy. I don't remember what his name was. Though. It's gonna come to me eventually. Rick Bassman. There is name. That's his name. Punk and Jeff Hardy in a straight up singles match is the main event of this show. I love it. I'm ready for this. Yeah, we kicked the referee right in the spine. The show won't be over in 5 minutes. I can't believe they got Jeff mad. That's a pay-per-view match. My Lord. Of course he did. He's an asshole. Man, why is he trying to bully this man? Just say no. What a dork. I love this guy. Zero. Zero. People can change. WWE liked using Jeff's problems and storylines, but that's actually what got people into it. Like, as much as folks claim, oh, it was insensitive, that's what got people into Jeff Hardy's stories. Is like Jeff is a fuck up, had all the potential in the world, could have been the biggest star in the business, but got in his own way. And so that's some of the fun stuff. Like when he did the bar match with Sheamus, that was fun as fuck for me. I thought that was fun. Jeff's big moment right before he fucks it up and signs with TNA to embarrass himself. Oh, this is not long after he embarrassed himself in TNA the first time. He no-showed a bunch of events and been a dipshit. Bassman blames Cornette for manipulating Cena. Well, I'm pretty sure Bassman knows what the contracts was that he signed these guys to, and those contracts were bullshit. Like, he had an agent's contract, but he had to keep paying them. It wasn't like, he got a piece if they, because he did have a line to WWE through Bruce Pritchard, so he could get guys into WWE. So the idea that he would get paid for that connection, it makes sense. But then he started having the perpetual thing where he got paid a piece even after you signed, which is nonsense. And that's really when Cornette got involved, because like, why do you keep paying these fools? Like, it's one, everybody gets a booking fee. If you book somebody out, you get a little something off the top. That's what they did with Andre for years. If you have an exclusive contract on the guy, you get a couple of bucks off of him. But it wasn't like perpetual. It was like a one-shot deal, I think. Bassman fucked himself by being greedy. He's a dipshit. This the writing on the wall, Jeff Hardy, right here, baby. You see the writing on the wall. Shawn Michaels is wrestling at this time. Where the hell is he at? Wait, he got murdered by Batista, didn't he? Ain't Batista still around on this one too? What was that, 2008, when he got murdered by Batista and he had to go on hiatus? Yeah, Straight Edge Society is CM Punk. That's who he really is. That seemed to be the best version of CM Punk and Straight Edge Society Punk. The problem is it's made for people who do drugs. They cleaned out all the drug addicts, so there's nobody for them to make fun of. They had just brought back this theme song too after people begged and begged and begged for it, and Jeff skipped over to AEW just to get busted DUI again. Jeff got bad luck, which he created himself. The HBK went on hiatus post WrestleMania 25 and was flipped a verdict for office people before reforming DX. Oh, good Lord. This show could have used Shawn. But it was not a bad show. It was actually a good show, actually. Except for the first two matches. And that Maurice and Mickey James thing, which was mostly Maurice's fault. But overall, it wasn't a bad show at all. This is absolutely a worthy main event because Jeff Hardy is a huge star at this point. he's certainly carrying Punk to the main event. Punk is nowhere near main event rally at this point. Do you think that CM Punk versus John Cena is a 5-star match? So I'm assuming you mean Money in the Bank. Yes. Storyline. The story and the only problem I had was the finish. You know, the Laurinaitis and Vince getting into him. But at least it made sense in the context of the story. Justice befuddled, like, what is this? What are you doing? Is this wrestling? Jeff could have been our Sting, man. He still ended up being Sting. Just different. Just different. Because remember, WCW, his Sting, their Sting went and got in trouble too. He just jumped back and forth to other companies and embarrassed everybody.
I guess that's where you're not a stick.
You said what was more woke, Wolverine, Punk, or Punk right now? Wolverine Punk was not good. He was beat up and tired. Now he's just old. He still has some flashes of brilliance, but I think he probably needs to turn heel. Money in the Bank 2012 was hype. You're absolutely not supposed to watch that match on mute. I actually think it was an actual great mirror of Cena and Rob Van Dam at a One Night Stand, which also should have probably been 5 stars, to be honest. Can't be as bad as Skinhead Punk for AEW. Punk talking Jeff's ear off. Oh, gosh. He said Cena versus Punk 2013, the best match in terms of in-ring. That probably was their best match in terms of a singles match, yes. That's the match that where Punk ended up wrestling fucking Undertaker at WrestleMania. Ah! Punk even jumps uncoordinated. That match was really good. That's when Punk bust out that power driver. And I remember that because you didn't see power drivers all the time. You almost never saw a power driver. Said don't sleep on the Punk Jericho trilogy. That WrestleMania match was okay. I like the second match. Well, no, I didn't like the hardcore match as much. Wolverine Punk is whoa, dude wore a gray hoodie acting like Tony. I hate the mutton chops. Those things suck. He was checked out mentally at that point in time too. I think really what the only thing he did at that point was he wrestled Brock. He lost that match too. I may watch that match just kind of randomly watch that event because I remember really liking that match. "2013 Punk, oh what a disaster." You said 2013 low key had the best big matches that year. Yeah, he worked really hard, but he just was kind of burnt out, I think. He wrestled Undertaker that year. He wrestled Cena on Raw that year. He wrestled Brock in 2013, if I remember correctly. That was the year he feuded with Paul Heyman. I hate Pat McAfee. I really do. It's hard for me to say anybody's worse than Pat outside of Shawn Spears, Natalia, and the usual. But I deeply dislike Pat McAfee. He probably would grow it out. It'd probably be gray as shit. I like that Danielson and Punk match from Over the Limit 2012. I like their Money in the Bank match too. It was pretty good. It's a quiet, pair of matches that were pretty solid. The Over the Limit match was probably really good. It was really good. I think that was their first match. They should let the main event that show, but they didn't. That was strictly booking for the indie wrestling fans at that point. Sugar ducky quack quack. Booker T is the best. Oh, ooh, who was that? Was that the I think the Money in the Bank was the one where they had weapons and shit. That one was not my thing. So when did they have the first match? Well, the Observer fans are retarded, so who cares? You say you don't watch wrestling for the technical stuff. I mean, sometimes if it's done well, then yes. If it's just doing it for the sake of, then I don't care. But Zack Sabre Jr. is in that world of sports stuff where everybody wants to be dazzling and spin each other. Like, that's just as bad as the choreography from the Lucha shit. The first two matches were on Raw and SmackDown. Oh, okay, yeah. No wonder I don't remember those. But I do remember the Money in the Bank match, and I believe that was no disqualification or something to that effect. And the Over the Limit match, which I believe was the straight up singles match. I might watch that match too. I haven't seen those guys. He's a cage match account. He probably got a drop kick. Apparently Punk grew his hair out when he was doing his Cage Fury commentary after Brawl Out. Then he went skinny fat skinhead for his last AEW. Yeah, he was nuts. Dude's on square circle. There's no way I can remember all these tidbits. I never remember all that shit. Ooh, thrill ride with a pulse. Oh my goodness. Advertising of X. Now what is this now? Why has he got this guy all tied up in? Well, this is absolutely some indie shit you got going on here. I hate Reddit. Reddit sucks too. 4chan is worse than all of them because 4chan is the same 4 jokes over and over again. Somebody got raped. Somebody blows. It's like, come on, this is terrible stuff. That's what I liked about all hip hop. It was fun and diverse. This is Punk doing very bad Muay Thai at this point. He can't punch for shit. That Twisted Fate came out of nowhere. It came out like an RKO almost. Oh. Knees to the back. I can't believe they got a believable 2 count out of that. But people actually bit on that. Zack Sabre Jr. ain't a bad wrestler. He just bland, has no character, no charisma, and his physique is terrible. Then that just means he's a bad wrestler. So, I mean, there's no more to be said about it. No physique, no charisma. He's bad at his job. GTS coming. Boom, there it is. Oh, he kicked out of his fucking finish? Oh, my God. Oh, man, he kicked out of his finish. That's crazy. I don't even remember that. You know Punk was cooked, man. The GTS didn't work back then. You know Punk cooked. He used 100 of them shits in the match today. I don't like being on Reddit. They ban people and kick people off too quick. So I avoid going on Reddit if possible. So you gotta watch 2009 pay-per-views for the first time. They seem solid. Yeah, this was a really good one. I think I have this one on DVD. It's probably in my basement somewhere. Oh, Twist of Fate. You had to go get that ass. I got banned off of I got banned off 4chan. I've been kicked off Reddit twice. Damn, he won the match clean off that. Okay. I haven't been permabanned on Reddit. I just won't go back. I think I'm over after the all hip hop stuff. I think I'm done with all. This is exactly what everybody came to this motherfucker for. To see Jeff win the world title. Jim Ross said the dream of a lifetime, like he ain't already like a 3-time world title champion at this point. This is his 3rd time winning the belt, if I remember correctly. Jeff looked burnt in this match. Jesus. Man. 4 letters, 1 word. Jeff Hardy certainly was not that guy. Jeff just beat his ass in the final stretch. Yeah, Vince told Gunther he was fat. He's starting to get the fat back though. Vince is gone for real, so now Gunther can go back and gain weight. I love Jeff. I love you, Jeff. It's a Hardy party, baby. And he is still wrestling today. Unreal. Still main event pay-per-view. Still. Main event of Battle for Glory last year. I'm pretty sure you main event another pay-per-view. All right, folks. Night of Champions 2009. A very good show. Probably a solid B in terms of show. Some misses there. Anything that involves Big Show is a miss. The 6-pack challenge was okay. The format was a little weird. It just felt like a fatal 6-way. And Maurice and Mickey James really never. It got too much time. Never really got off the ground. But Michelle McCool versus Melina was a surprise. Enjoyed that. Like Dolph Ziggler versus Rey Mysterio. Loved that main event. The triple threat match was solid too. Solid, not great. So overall, though, I think it was okay. It was a good show. Wasn't a waste of 3 hours. Thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you guys for voting. Next week we'll be doing a Q&A. Be sure to dump any questions in the question bin, and I'll talk to you guys over the weekend. Hopefully we won't be at war. Talk to you guys later.